Eddie Hearns, not in the news as much these days since his cash cow got knocked down 4 times and spit his mouthpiece out against Andy Ruiz. But I gotta, hey man, it's a magic moment because I actually agree with something that Eddie Hearn said. And I also have to say that I do believe that if Eddie Hearn was the promoter for the Canelo Alvarez fight against Kovalev, that they wouldn't have waited till the UFC was over. I have to believe Eddie got at least that much sense not to have done that. So I'm feeling a little pro Eddie, a little bit, just a little bit. Anyway, let's talk about what he had to say about Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, and the risk that Eddie Hearn runs if he cannot get that fight signed. We're going to talk about all that in this video. All right. Eddie Hearn says Garcia or Davis are the fights that he wants for Devin Haney at lightweight. Devin Haney is the WBC lightweight champion because Lomachenko ducked him, running up underneath that franchise tag. And I like that for Eddie Hearn. And here to tell you from what I understand, the grapevine on it, and this is the grapevine, and I'm like way down the grapevine, okay, on the grapevine. All right. So I'm getting this third-hand information, but third-hand information that I think is very valid, that has a chance to be very, very true. Okay. I trust it. Devin, if Eddie Hearn cannot get a fight, a Devin Haney fight against a big guy, a big fight like Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia or Vasily Lomachenko, he might lose Devin Haney, and Devin Haney would have the ability to go to Showtime or go to Fox or go to ESPN if they can offer him and give him fights that will make him more money. So that, my friend, puts pressure on Eddie Hearn to make it happen. Make it happen, Eddie. Make it happen. Now, as far as the fights that could happen, I like Devin Haney, man. I can't say I like Devin Haney against Gervonta Davis, man. And though I know that it's a tough fight for Gervonta Davis because of the size difference between these guys. But at the same time, man, I'm just not sure, man. I'm just not sure. But that's probably because I haven't seen Gervonta Davis at 135 pounds yet. But rest assured, that fight ain't happening, homie. That fight ain't happening. You can see how Gervonta Davis is being moved by Mayweather Promotions. And you can also see how Devin Haney really is not long for the 135-pound division. That guy has the frame of somebody that's going to be at 140, going to be at 147 pounds. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not the type of guy that is going to bend to a big money offer from DAZN or anybody else for Gervonta Davis because, you know, he's Floyd Money Mayweather. And he ain't going to do what you want him to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. And he's got Tank signed, and he's got more money on his wrist than Eddie Hearn and DAZN are going to offer Tank to fight. Consequently, that fight ain't going to happen. Gervonta Davis is being built to be a regional star in Baltimore. And eventually, with the backing of the people that are behind him, is going to wind up being a big money star in boxing altogether at the 135-pound division. And Devin Haney, if he's willing to wait out Lomachenko, he can and will wait out Devin Haney the same way. The difference between waiting out Lomachenko is he's just waiting for Lomachenko to get a little older. Okay, that's it, and a little more wear and tear. And that's not far off. Devin Haney is going to be a size thing. Gervonta Davis is going to be at 135. He's not going to 140. I don't believe that. That extra 5 pounds of not having to make weight, he's going to be able to do that for a long time. He's already 24 years old. He's not getting any bigger. And he was able to make 130 pounds. Now, I wouldn't say comfortably, but he was able to make 130 pounds for the last several fights with 5 pounds more on top of it. 135 pounds is right there for him. And all of the other major players at 135 pounds are going to be gone. Richard Comey might still be around there, right? But Lomachenko, he's going to be gone. Devin Haney's going to be gone. Ryan Garcia is going to be gone. And so is, I think I said, and Teofimo Lopez, definitely going to be gone. All those guys are going to be up there 135, 140 pounds. And I have to believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. sees how that landscape is laid out. There's plenty of flat-footed guys with Hispanic last names for Floyd and those guys to feed to Gervonta Davis, along with devastating knockouts to help sell them. And when you have the backing of a city like Baltimore, or you have a backing of a geographic area, you can kind of be like a Gotti, and like the Gotti's popularity in the New Jersey area. And that's pretty much all you need. And Gervonta Davis is very, very exciting. So I just do not see Eddie Hearn being able to make that fight with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. As far as Ryan Garcia, ditto with that. Oscar De La Hoya is not about to feed Devin Haney. Is not about to feed Ryan Garcia to Devin Haney, because that's food. Okay, I don't care what happened in the amateurs. That's food. Devin Haney is going to outbox Ryan Garcia. He's going to eventually clip Ryan Garcia, and we're going to see whether or not Ryan Garcia's chin holds up. Now, Ryan Garcia has the arm length. He's got really good hand speed. He's got very, very good power. I just don't know how he's going to deal with the lateral movement of Devin Haney. But I just don't see. And then plus Devin Haney said, Ryan Garcia's already pretty much said that he didn't want the fight when he was asked about it in the aftermath of his knockout of Duno. Very exciting fight while it lasted. But after he knocked down Duno and they're out there celebrating, and Oscar De La Hoya is extremely red in the face. Very red in the face, dog. Like, man, dog, that's some strong ass whiskey, dude, that got you all, man. He was like blood red in the face, hopping around, excited. You know, in the midst of all of that stuff, Ryan Garcia said, I'm young. I've got time for that. Shoot, you the same age as Devin Garcia. You're the same age as Devin Haney. Now, I don't think that fight's going to happen. So what can happen for Devin Haney, man? And have what's more than likely going to happen with Devin Haney is Devin Haney going to go to 140 pounds, dog. Devin Haney might be able to get his hands on Luke Campbell out there in the UK and see if they can put a pay-per-view fight with Devin Haney and Luke Campbell over there in the UK. But the problem with that is that Lomachenko and Haney fought on pay-per-view in the UK and with Eddie Hearn and on Matchroom, and it only did 200,000 pay-per-view buys at $25 a pop. So maybe the DAZN is going to come heavy off the budget for Devin Haney. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that I think their heavy money spending days are coming to an end, and they're going to be spending the majority of that ridiculous amount of money on Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez and his male bull and his bull elephant testosterone imports that cost so much money, so he can go fight it heavy, so he can walk into heavyweight fight and fight Anthony Joshua at 255 pounds with 4% body fat at 5'6". I think that's more than likely where the money for the DAZN is going to go, man. Seriously, I'm not having any of this Canelo Alvarez not being on the juice stuff, man. That's flat out, that's what's going on. And if you don't know that that's going on, man, that type of foolishness is on you, man. I can't do it. Anyway, as far as it goes to Devin Haney, I do see superstar in the works for Devin Haney, but Eddie Hearn is going to really have to pull some tricks to make that happen for him. Because if Devin Haney if it's true that Devin Haney if somebody can offer him more money, Devin Haney has the right to go do that, then, which is, by the way, I think that's called the right of first refusal. So Eddie Hearn this is my guess, might have the right to match any type of perch that is given to Devin Haney. But if he doesn't match it, then Devin Haney can go do what he wants to do. Well, I know that there's a home for Devin Haney somewhere where fights can be made. And that, my friend, is over there on Fox. Promise you, they've got fights that can be made over there. Because eventually he's going to wind up being at 147 pounds. And there's a bunch of names that will be aging by the time he's 24, 25 years old that perfectly sets up one of those marches, championship marches that make people superstars. And by that, I mean, take, for example, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beat Oscar De La Hoya. You can do the same thing for Floyd, right? You can do the same thing for Floyd. You can say the same thing about Manny Pacquiao. You can say the same thing about Canelo Alvarez. They go through a series of legends who have these names of champions who have very good reputations, but are past it, right? So by the time Devin Haney winds up being at 140, 147 pounds, there's going to be an old Mikey Garcia there to get beat up. There's going to be an old Danny Garcia there to get beat up. I don't know if there's going to be an old Sean Porter there to beat up, but he might be able to get an old Sean Porter out there to get some paydays towards the end. Definitely can get his hand. I think Berto will probably be gone by that time, but guys like Robert the Ghost Guerrero who are out there, that when you have that number of fighters with those names in one organization, and Devin Haney, if he's over there at the PBC, can get through and go through those guys all the way to get into a mega fight. And because that's the way they did, that's the way when Floyd took off, that's how Floyd took off, right? When Manny Pacquiao took off, that's how Manny Pacquiao took off, right? With Canelo Alvarez has been doing that since the Mayweather fight. You know what I mean? So anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section about that. My thoughts on the lightweight division, specifically about Devin Haney and his path. And with that, I'm out.